Hi there, this is Huey, as you can see. You've been surveilling me for 20 years with the intercom and Belfront Tower. So I'm in one of the pergolas, I don't know what you'd call them, but this is a structure that's built on the promenade that goes all the way around Redcliffe. And I just live over the road there, sharing a flat. And it's, for training you can sit inside or window, and you can have afternoon tea here. They have facilities, you can see behind me there, for cooking your own barbecue. There's the gas thing I'll show you another time, where you just press a button and it lights up underneath, so people can picnic. So this is the facility we have in Australia for people to come out and walk this long esplanade and enjoy themselves. You have to have places for people to sit. So you can see all the seats behind me. And here's some kids, they've gone down to the beach. I have to be careful I don't fall down myself, walking backwards. Unfortunately I've lost my phone, so I've only got this old tablet to film it for you. But I've just learned, so I'm doubly mad today than I've ever been about the Grenfell fire, because two of the protesters, just like me and Stan with Belfront Tower, died agonising death in their flats, knowing it could have been prevented, and no one listened to them, and they had legal people writing to them to shut them up. Now, Christ, man, what sort of society have you got? So I'm directing this at newly elected Mayor Biggs, because you're the only man standing. You're the only chance to rid Tower Hamlets of the corruption that's endemic. It's endemic. Councillor Mayor Biggs, as you must know, because all the cladding and all those 70 flats that they've checked are all illegal. So about 12 councils don't have anyone in charge of building control that can't be bribed. They've all been bunged because there's so much money. The guy that put the cladding up made $500,000 in a couple of years after buying a company for 40,000. Now, I know you've got this problem. You've got tenants' money to spend, and the ratepayers, you've got billions to spend. So you rebuild things. Now, we want tiles on the floor, not plastic. We want real tiles. I can help you source them, because I study all these things. I go to parties in Clerkenwell where they show them to you. So it's porcelain tiles that look like marble. That's what you do to our flats. You make them luxurious inside with all the spare money you've got, if you want to spend it instead of saving it and paying off debt. And building outdoor facilities where we can go and sit outside and congregate, and people can set up little coffee shops, and we can read and sell us a paper and sit out in the sun like I'm doing today. But I could have been one of those two protesters, me and Stan, dying in Belfront Tower. So I'm after you. I'm after you with a vengeance you'll never ever see again in another human being. I'm stuck here in Australia, having escaped the tower, having escaped that fate that those two protesters endured in their final minutes, knowing that they fucked up and that they failed. So all the people who didn't listen to them, they must go down for manslaughter. They're not immune. You're not immune in a council if you commit a crime. Being in a council doesn't protect you. Being the MP doesn't protect you. Poor Jim thinks he's protected. Anyway, I'll hang up now because it won't transmit if I send you too much. But so that's what I was trying to say to you in my emails. now's your chance to rid Tower Hamlets of plastic. Bury it deep and give us back our Crittall windows. Now, a curtain 10 centimetres away from the window, a thick glass window, is all that you need to stop sound, the majority of sound and heat loss, as long as you seal the walls. What we want are heat exchangers. I think they're going to put them in Balfron Tower. I have one. That's what we need, so we have fresh air coming in that's warm with the stale warm air going out. So you've got fresh air all day without losing the heat, you silly fuckers. Everyone has to open the window to get fresh air, and all the hot air goes up the outside. And it costs a fortune to run the boilers, all the gas boilers you've been putting in around Tower Hamlets. They're going to put more boilers in Balfron Tower. It's a waste of time and money. No one's going to buy them with a communal cost of gas. The service charge will be over $3,000. Have individual heaters, because people don't live in their flats all the time. Underfloor heating would be even worse. You heat up the concrete. The concrete's 17 degrees in the winter. You've got to heat it up to 22 degrees. Cost a fortune just to heat the concrete before it starts heating up the air that touches it. You're the dumbest, I'm going to say the word fucks, you're the dumbest fucks on earth. You know that now, don't you? You all know that now, that PVC burns and melts and combusts and kills with the fumes. It was the walls that burnt through that killed everyone, not the cladding. That just burnt through the wall. The wall has to withstand the fire from inside, not outside, but should work from the outside, for 2 hours if it was done in 1999, like our walls were. Now they've reduced it to 1 hour. Part B, fire safety, built 1999, building regulations. I've tried to Google it for you. Now, the solution is simple. The government's going to pay you now to rid the tower blocks of the crap. Now I found this, I went to a top architect and he found it in Sweden. It's not made anymore, I can't Google it. Module, M-O-D-U-L, and it's a hardwood, the Swedish pines are hardwood, and they make double sash or coupled sash windows, so you've got a double glazing plus a second window that opens and closes, casement window, with a 8 centimetre air gap. So you've got a total of 10 centimetres or 100 millimetres of air gap, and that's what's required to stop the 90 decibels of sound coming up from the motorway. Now they're clad in aluminium, anodised any colour you like, and you don't have to paint them. That's why you put the PVC in, because you don't have to paint it, you lazy fuckers. I'm going to use that word. I'm sorry. But that's why you did it. Now come on, Mayor. You could be the hero, Mayor Biggs, because you knew you're not too tainted. Only the bribery to get rid of 4 leaseholders for the CPO. It wasn't in the public interest to knock down their buildings and rebuild it. It was just a money-making gaffe for those involved. Now come on, Mayor Biggs, I'm talking to you now. Find the double sash wooden clad in aluminium, anodised in any colour you like, and put them in all your flats and get the government to pay for it. And tiles, I forgot, porcelain tiles everywhere, but not open plan. That's not the future. It is here in Australia. All the houses open plan, and they wander around these huge hangars, free, because it doesn't get cold, and there's no drafts. So that's enough. I've got a hat on, you can't really see, I'm an old man. Here I am. I can't see what I'm filming. It's from an old tablet. Anyway, I hope I can stop it. So please, pergolas everywhere so we can all sit outside. That's where you spend the money. And flowers everywhere. Raised flower beds is what we had down where do I live? I don't know where I live. I don't know where I live. Christ, 128 Belfront House, St Leonard's Road. We had big raised planters, and the council knocked them down. And poor Steve knew no better to replace them. It was a conservation area, and he's turned it into. He's got locking gates, steel gates, to lock people in their houses, so the fire brigade can't rescue them. Poor Steve is the loveliest man doing this out of it, because we know he loves doing it, but no one will help him. For God's sake, he's your friend. Get some people to help him. Hire some people outside of town hamlets to help the man. He's trying to do his best, and he's replaced all the plastic walls in Brownfield Street with more plastic walls. No one's helping the poor fucker. Anyway, I've had enough now. It's in the hands of the government. It's in your hands now. I'm signing out. You're not going to hear from me again for a while. It won't turn off. How do I turn it off?